What's up, guys? Just back to my channel, and welcome back to my new apartment again. Um, I haven't, pretty soon I'll make a video with my cell phone. I want to make it on here, but I can't because the camera is so sensitive when I pull it. But, if you hear my air conditioner in the background, don't worry. Um, yeah, pretty soon I'll make a video for my whole entire apartment. Um, yeah, so I hope you guys get ready for that soon. So, anyways, I'm gonna get to it then with, Monday Night Raw with the continuation of the King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring tournaments and stuff, and with the first match, but it starts with a segment first, promo whatever. Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable non-title match. Inside the arena, Sami Zayn's theme hits, and out comes the WWE Intercontinental Champion to kick things off with non-title action. Our opening contest before the match, Zayn cuts a mind, body, and soul promo calling himself the Soul. Chad Gable, the Mind, and Bronson Reed, the Body heading into his triple threat IC title defense at WWE King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi Arabia this weekend. Oops, shit, sorry. Um, Zayn vows to retain the title. Then the theme for his scheduled opponent for tonight's first bout of the evening. Chad Gable hits. Out he comes, accompanied by his fellow Alpha Academy members, taking it exception to Zayn calling him sorry, manipulative, manipulative, he says in reality, he's too damn nice. He says he's been too nice to Zayn and way too nice to the three Alpha Academy clowns with him. Gable then takes a moment to address each one down, verbally with Otis being the last in order in which he says was by design because Otis is by far the biggest loser of the bunch. Zayn says we all heard enough of this. He has a question for the Alpha Academy. He asks how much longer are they going to deal with Chad Gable crap. Gable tells Zayn not to talk to Alpha Academy. They have rededicated themselves to him. The fans boo, and Gable says he's sick and tired of Zayn talking about his heart and soul. He says it's pathetic. He says he doesn't have to pin Zayn for him to lose his title in Saudi Arabia, but he's going to. He says he's not only taking his title, but also so Zayn says that's all well and good, but the last he checked, Saudi Arabia isn't for another 5 days. Zayn says the last he checked, he and Gable are scheduled for a one-on-one competition tonight. Zayn says he's dressed and ready to go, and so is Gable. He suggests they do it right here and right now. Gable proceeds to the ring as fans chant, Sammy, Sammy. The bell sounds and official off running. With this one, Zayn goes to work on Gable with punches and then clotheslines him to the floor. Alpha Academy comes to check on Gable, but he throws a fit on them. Cole yells, they were helping you. As we fade into a mid-match commercial break, when we return, we see Gable has taken over as he is in offensive lead in the ring. He connects with a suplex on Zayn. He looks for a top rope headbutt, but Zayn rolls out of the way. Zayn hits a clothesline and looks for his blue thunder bomb, but Gable counters with a T-bone suplex. Gable then leaves Zayn throat first on the metal ropes and personally ties the referee up with after telling Maxine Dupree at ringside to slap Zayn. Dupree looks torn and ends up not doing it. Gable yells at her, asking what's wrong with her before re-engaging in the action with Zayn. Zayn takes over again, but when they fight out to the floor, Gable uses Maxine as a shield. Zayn is a gentleman, and it costs him as Gable takes over. We see Gable try the same thing with Akira Tozawa, setting Zayn up over the ropes and tying up the referee so he can get in a cheap shot. Tozawa, like Dupree, won't do it. Gable calls them both losers and orders them to go to the back. They do. Gable turns around into a blue thunder bomb from Zayn for a close to count. Gable rolls out to the floor to recover, and we see a QR code production glitch as we head into another commercial mid-match break. As we zoom back in from the break, we see Gable hitting repeated German suplexes. Zayn counters and hits one of his own, and then Michinoku driver into a clothesline. Close to count. Otis is shown watching on at ringside. Zayn looks for the Hello kit, but Gable catches his leg and transitions into ankle lock. Zayn eventually makes it to the ropes and then rolls out to the floor. Gable ties up the ref as Otis stands over Zayn. Otis can't do it either. Gable jumps out to the floor and rolls Zayn back in and then gets in Otis's face and reads him with the riot act before slapping him across the face. He grabs the icy towel and heads into the ring, but Zayn snatches him up and connects with an explorer suplex in the corner. Zayn backs up for the Helluva Kick, but Otis hops on the apron and turns Zayn inside out before the referee's back. Gable follows up with the Chaos Theory into a bridge for the pin. So the winner is Chad Gable. Alright, next match is Bron Breakker versus Kale Dixon. An Io Sky vignette airs with boasting about how she is doing to win the Queen of the Ring after being Lyra Valkyria in the semifinals tonight. Cole and Pat McAfee run down the lineup for tonight as the official magical graphics flash across the screen. Then we see Bron Breakker walking the halls backstage. He makes his way Raw debut when we return have a Cammy's main interview. When an incident breaks out, the camera follows it. And follows it and shows the LWO freaking out as one of the members appear to have been attacked. Back inside the arena, Baker's theme hits and out he comes as McAfee barks like a dog on commentary. Already in the ring in his schedule, opponent NXT level up competitor Kale Dixon. The bell sounds and off we go as McAfee lets out a few more loud barks on commentary. Breakker hesitates and then turns and sprints across the ring running through Dixon with a spear. He then launches him onto the floor, runs around the ring, and spears him again. Back in the ring, the ref stops the action to check on Dixon. He comes to the conclusion that he can't continue and he calls the match off. Breakker argues the decision with the ref. The ref checks on Dixon again as Breakker looks pissed. The ref helps Dixon up, but Breakker sprints back and forth on the ring ropes before blasting through poor Dixon with another vicious spear. He kicks him to the floor and grabs steel ring steps, but multiple referees come out and stops him. He then grabs a steel chair and blasts Dixon with it. Several additional officials and medics come out to check on Dixon and try and keep Breakker from inflicting more damage. Breakker turns and walks off as we head to another commercial break. So winner is Bron Breakker. Next match is the Queen of the Ring, Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky. When we return, we see Adam Pearce running with Kale Dixon on a stretcher that is being loaded into an ambulance. Breakker approaches him and Pearce demands an explanation. Breakker says Pearce can't control him. He says Pearce didn't pick him up for a key in the ring and that's on him. Back inside the arena, Cole and McAfee reset things and introduce a video package. The video package tells how things led up and up the Raw semifinal bout in the 10 to 24 WWE Queen of the Ring backstage. Live Becky Lynch gives Lyra Valkyria some words of encouragement before her theme hits, and she walks through the curtain. The former WWE NXT Women's Champion then heads to the ring for our third match of the evening. Damage Control's theme hits, and next comes Io Sky accompanied by Dakota Kai and Kairi Sane. She heads to the ring, and then the bell sounds to get our lone Queen of the Ring bout of the evening officially off the ring. Valkyria gets Sky down for a 2 count early and lets Sky know how close it was as we sail into a commercial break. Almost immediately into the start of this one, back from the break, we see that Sky has turned the tide and shifted the offensive momentum in her favor. During the commercial, she is focusing her attack on the back of Valkyria. Lyra fights back with an assortment of kicks. She hits a high crossbody splash off the top for a close 2 count. She locks Io up in a while standing submission. The two do some impressive chain wrestling and submission reversals. Io sees her nose is bleeding and charges at Lyra. She knocks her out to the floor and lives up to her Genius of the Sky nickname with an impressive moonsault. With that note, we head to another mid-match commercial break as this high-stakes Queen of the Ring bout continues. When we return, we see Sky still in the lean back. And the lead back in the ring, Valkyria hits a tornado DT and another big suplex for a 2 count. She's frustrated after only getting 2. Sky hits a German suplex and connects with a running Meteora in the corner. She goes for a moonsault finisher, but Lyra stops her. Io hits a powerbomb and goes again for the over the moonsault. This time Lyra moves. She gets a roll up out of nowhere for the win to earn her spot in the finals. So winner advancing to the 2024 WWE Queen of the Ring Finals, Lyra Valkyria. Alright, next match is the WWE World Tag Team Championship. Awesome Truth, who is a champion. Awesome Truth, who is champions versus the Judgment Day. After the match, Jackie Redmond has a quick word with Lyra in the ring about being so close to becoming this year's Queen of the Ring backstage. Awesome Truth are in the ring gear ahead of their WWE World Tag Team Championship defense tonight against the Judgment Day. This is funny. R-Truth tells Miz that he spoke with Andre the Giant and he promised to have their backs tonight. Miz tells him he's been dead for years. Truth says, "Trust me, we didn't see Ilja Dragunov being interviewed about Gunther when up walks Ricochet. Reassures him that just because he got the better of him once doesn't mean they don't have unfinished business." Out of nowhere, Braun Breaker runs over Ricochet with a spear. We head to another commercial break. When we return, we see doctors checking on Ricochet. Adam Pearce is shown watching with Dragunov, who is holding his arm in pain and looking pissed. Yeah, he was pissed. Cole McAfee helped reset by introducing Veil Package. The package looks at the events leading up to tonight's Raw semi-final and ongoing WWE King of the Ring tournament. Richard versus Gunther versus main event. So after the package wraps up, we see the ring general Gunther in the empty Greensboro Coliseum talking about how main event Jey Uso might be the bearer in a chair between the two, but when the bell rings, none of that will matter, as it will come to who is the better wrestler. Gunther assures Jey Uso he is superior in that regard. We see footage of Carlito's recent alignment with the Judgment Day. From there, we settle backstage live inside the Judgment Day clubhouse. Damian Priest approaches Finn Balor and JD McDonough and asks if they're going to bring home the tag titles. He then tells Carlito he saw what he did to Cruz del Toro. He says this ain't the APA and they're not his personal security. He tells her to keep earning his keep. Balor tells Priest he feels it should be them out there tonight, but he understands Priest is the champ now. Carlito tries small chat with Priest, who wants nothing to do with it. Back inside the arena, Awesome Truth comes out rapping what's up to the people over there. Matt lyrics, "Yo, Miz does his beat to keep up with the backup lyrics, but only knew about 2 of the words." We had to a pre-match break. We returned to Judgment Day to vote Finn Balor and JD McDonough make their way out, accompanied by Dominic Mysterio. The bell sounds and official off the ring. With our lone title tilt of the eating, we see some back and forth action, and then Dominic provides a distraction which allows Balor to attack from the apron. As the Judgment Day take over, we head to mid-match break. As we settle back and from commercials, we see McDonough working over with Miz, looking try and make a much needed tag to Truth. He eventually does, and Truth does the John Cena comeback spots. Miz joins and Carlito runs out to interfere, and Dom pops on the apron again as well. This brings out Braun Strowman, who restores order. Awesome Truth pick up the win to the Monster. So winners and still WWE World Tag Team Champions, Awesome Truth. Alright, Becky Lynch. After this Becky Lynch promo, backstage we see once again Becky Lynch encourage a fellow member of the Fighting Irish, Lyra Valkyria, to win the Queen of the Ring. We then see Valkyria approached by Liv Morgan. The two have words and Morgan slaps her last and walks out. As we head to another commercial break, we also see Sonya Deville appear backstage. When we return, Sami Zayn is backstage and confronted by Bronson Reed, assures him he's going to take his IC title this weekend in Saudi Arabia. He walks off. Zayn turns and sees Otis. He is upset that Otis cost him his match earlier and says he expected better from him. Otis apologizes and says he knows he means it because he's a good guy. He tells him to stop listening to Gable and starts listening to the fans. Inside the arena, Becky Lynch's theme hits. The band makes her way out to the ring to a big pop from Greensboro crowd. The WWE Women's World Champion begins. The man has come back around to Greensboro, North Carolina. She talks about her title defense this week in Saudi Arabia against Liv Morgan. Morgan comes out and cuts her off. They each state their case for why they're gonna win, and this wraps quickly. Alright, next match is WWE Women's Tag Team Championship Eliminator Damage Control versus Maxine Dupree, Liv Morgan versus Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. We shoot backstage where Liv Morgan, what the hell? She wasn't in the match. I don't know. Anyways, we shoot backstage where we see Damian Priest awaiting as the rest of the Judgment Day. And Carlito arrived to the Judgment Day clubhouse after losing to Awesome Truth and being bested by Braun Strowman. Priest tells Carlito he told him he needed to earn his keep. He tells JD Mendota to go talk to Adam Pearce and demand a match against Strowman for next week. He says he doesn't recognize the Judgment Day anymore and walks off. Back inside the arena, the theme for Damage Control hits, and out comes a duo of Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai for a scheduled fair four-way eliminator match to determine the next challengers for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. As the Damage Control duo make their way out and head to the ring, we transition into a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return, we see Xavier Woods in the doctor's room getting his knee checked on. He is confronted by Karrion Kross and Scarlett. Kross sends him a threatening warning and walks back inside the arena. We see Damage Control wrapping up their ring entrance in progress. The theme for Shayna Baszler. Baszler hits and she hits and out. She comes with Zoe Stark. Next to out are Maxine Dupree and Ivy Nile, followed by the team of Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. The bell sound version will run this one, where we will find who will earn the next crack at the reigning WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. Ivy and Curry kick things off as the legal two melee. We see other members of all the teams just run into the ring and doing spots one after the other. Carter and Chance hits a keg stand spot on the pile of all the bodies, and the rest of the competitors in this match on the floor at ringside. As action resumes back inside the arena, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break. When we return, everyone gets a close near fall spot until finally Baszler and Stark hit a double team finisher to earn the victory. So winners and new number one contenders: Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Alright, main event main event time coming up, guys. King of the Ring, Gunther versus main event Jey Uso. Alright, main event finally. So here you go. Backstage, Caleb Braxton talks with Ludwig Kaiser, who assures us that Gunther is ready for main event Jey Uso tonight. He then talks about some Sheamus and says he can either stay at home and protect his legacy, or he can return and Kaiser can send him packing again. And he walks off, and then Drew McIntyre walks up. He talks about not being booked tonight, and then gives his opinion on Damian Priest as champion and the King of the Ring. We head to another break. Backstage, when we return, we see Gable talking to the Creed brothers. They walk up, and Gable sees Otis. He thinks Otis apologized to Zayn to purposely tug at his heartstrings. He then bullies Otis into vowing he will help him get the IC title this weekend. We then shoot to the main event, Jey Uso, who is backstage in his ring gear in typical Yeet friendly fashion. He delivers a fired up promo and then throws on the shades. He is super hyped up, and the new trend of single camera shots being extended and moving all around. We see Uso go from his interview spot all the way to the ring without any cuts. Uso sails inside the ring, and the crowd is almost as hot as they were in France, singing along with Uso doing the wave with their cell phone flashlights, etc. The music dies down, and then we hear The familiar sounds of Gunther's entrance tune outcomes the longest reigning WWE Intercontinental Champion of all time for our main event of the evening. On that note, we settle into a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return, the bell immediately sounds off, and we go with our Raw semi-final bout in the ongoing 2024 WWE King of the Ring tournament. The winner of this one will face the winner of Friday's SmackDown semi-final bout. The King of the Ring turning between Randy Orton and Tama Tonga. Gunther goes to work on Uso with chops. Uso fires back with punches. He decks Gunther, who crashes out to the floor at ringside. Uso builds up a full head of steam and connects with a suicide dive on Gunther, sailing through the ropes and splashing onto him at ringside. Back in the ring, Uso goes for a high spot, but Gunther moves and then sends Uso's shoulder first into the ring post. He continues to target the right arm of Uso, sending him to the ring steps. On that note, we should gears and head to a mid-match commercial break. As Gunther is in a healthy offensive lead, when we return, we see much of the same, with Gunther controlling Uso and working on his injured right arm. Uso fights back and hits a huge top rope Samoan drop. Gunther fights back with chops and power bombs Uso into a pin attempt. Uso fires out for another comeback, but again, the ring general beats him down with loud chops that echo throughout the Greensboro Coliseum. Uso's chest is bright red. Uso slaps Gunther, which only angers Gunther, who proceeds to chop the crap out of him in the corner. Uso hits a spear and an Uso splash, but lands on his bad arm. The delay causes him to only get a 2 count on the follow-up pin attempt. Gunther loses his cool, pounds the crap out of Uso, and then slaps him in a tight arm and choke. Uso passes out, and Cole quickly wraps things up as this show everything goes off the air on that note stuff. So yeah, it was a good show tonight and stuff, and yeah, I didn't expect Sonya to be able to show up. So anyways, great show tonight and stuff, and man, Jack Gable was such a jerk, man. He's a fucking asshole. Anyways, that was it for this video, and I'll see you guys this coming Wednesday and stuff. All right. So thank you, and I hope you guys. I'll make a video on my cell phone and stuff, and post some video on my app on my cell phone, all that stuff. So yeah. Anyways, that was it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters.